topic. This is where exam desktop look like. So here when you double click, so you will find this terminal, and please try to practice in this terminal only, because if you increase the size, you will feel it's exam time. Use this practice in this terminal if you are practicing for exam. Another, you will see this up arrow type of button minus this type of button. So when this window is like this in examination, sometimes this could happen. So window is like this, so you won't able to see below this screen what you are typing. So Control L is the best way to get there, because maximizing will take time. So if you are not able to maximize, then Control L is the best thing to do. Otherwise, you can double click here in the this square type of button, so you can maximize it. Or this is for the vertical, means if you click here, it will minimize or it will maximize. This is the vertical type of minimizing or maximizing. And then here is the minimize. If you click, why it is not working? So this type of thing will happen to you in exam also. So if you minimize, if you look here, so it is slow. So if you maximize, so here already maximize, so you can check it here, like you are able to see, and you will see that this scrolling here. So this minimizer, bear with me for one while. I'll refresh the session. Start exam desktop. So exam desktop will be like this. So here is the maximize button. So you won't able to maximize. If it is if you maximize, you will feel like this. So it is very annoying to play with this button in examination. So better to just double click it in the middle and you will get the right shape. And don't play with this window because it is slow. So try to do just a double click here, so that you can find a good shape of this window. I know this feel very basic to you, but most of the students feel very tough, and in exam time every second is important. So don't play with it more. This is the vertical, this is the minimize, this is the maximum, and if it is maximum, this button will not do anything, or it will do some other thing which is not good for you. So carefully handle it. And if it is not suppose here, if you want to see anything, so like if this is the thing, so you are not able to see, so you can maximize it, so better you can see, or you can double click any of here, so you can able to view it. Okay, now NodePort service, I'll close it. I'll make some space because it's not my exam time. So I'll just open terminal. I'll maximize it. This is the two things you do first in examination. Now NodePort services. So what is the range? 30,000 to 332,767. You can cross check it with the Google. NodePort service. So when we want to access this is the cluster. If you want to access any application outside the cluster, from here, suppose here I am the user, and I want to access this application. So I need load balancer services. Sorry, I need NodePort services. Actually, we do use a load balancer. But for just here showing you the NodePort services. What is the disadvantage of NodePort services? Suppose this is the two nodes. So if you open any port of these 30,000, suppose I open 3267, this port is open, so it will automatically open for all whatever nodes are there. If there are 3 nodes, this port will open for all, which is not good for the security point of view also. So this is the I know you are not getting here something, but we'll do practical, so you will get everything. So first we'll do with the pod, and then we'll go with the deployment. So I'm showing you with the pods. So what is a NodePort services? So NodePort expose your port on every node. You can access with the IP and colon NodePort. So you can think like a door punch through the wall of the cluster.
traffic enters via NodePort and get routed to your pod. So I'll just run a single pod. So k run web hyphen pod hyphen image equal to nginx, and the port number is 80. So pod is created. So k get pod. So pod is running. Now I want to expose it as a NodePort services. I am using an imperative approach, but every time I suggest use a declarative approach like YAML. So expose. I already told you how does the expose work. So expose pod web hyphen pods hyphen type, and type is NodePort, and then name equal to web svc. It is, I have chosen it, it's your call. You can choose your girlfriend name also, but everybody will k get svc. So here you will find that web svc is created, type is a NodePort. This is by default, so you don't worry for this. So name is svc, type is NodePort, ip is a cluster ip, and whenever you create a NodePort, cluster ip will automatically be created. So this is the port and this is the NodePort, and it is showing the protocol. So 80 is the container port inside the cluster, and this is the NodePort which is open external. So I'll k get nodes hyphen o white. I want to know the IP of this. So great, we know this is the 2.2 and 1.2. So we'll check. So call http colon 172.30.1.2 and colon, and what is our node port? This is our NodePort. So 30458. So you will see the response. Okay, great. Now what we'll do, will 2.2 is the another node. Means if you go upside, so you will see here node 01 is 2.2. So we'll see from here this port is also open. So here also you will get the response. You can do one thing also, just minimize why this is not working. No issue, might be some issue problem. So what I will do, http 172.30.1.2 colon, I need to maximize it. So 30458. So you will find welcome to nginx. So great, this way we can access outside the cluster also. So now this is very important. Now we'll see things in a declarative way, and next explanation of the YAML file of the. So thank you so much for your love and support.